up, tribe? It's Naja here, and I am back with another Tribe Tea segment. That is when you guys send in your stories, we react, we kiki, we give advice, all that good jazz. Today I have three stories that I picked out. Two are kind of short, one's kind of long, so I'm just gonna hop right on into it. I was gonna do a third outfit change for y'all because this is my last video that I'm recording for the week, but I just changed the background because I couldn't find a cuter shirt than this for right now. So actually all three of these stories were from like the depths of the email because I think I'm completely done with September. I just had to do some double checking to make sure, and sure enough I did find these three emails lingering around. So didn't forget about y'all because I know in the live Tribe Tea I'm probably actually gonna get out of September this week. It's Tuesday right now and I'm recording this, so that's why it's confusing y'all. The week hasn't even started yet, but I'm gonna just get into it. The first story is called Emotional Dependence. Hey Naja, my name is Virgin, or it's either Virgin or Virginie, or Virginie would be so cute. She says, I am watching you from Paris. Oh, I love Paris. As I randomly discovered your videos and loved your energy, your strong opinions, and your whole personality. Well, thanks so much, dude. I'm writing you today as I don't know what to do to get over my ex. We spent 3 years together and going on and off for more than 1 year. We were living together, we were fiance, and we were about to have a baby. He suddenly decided that the whole faithful monogamous couple thing wasn't for him and started letting me down. I became dependent, over emotional, not able to let go. He is pushing me most of the time, but then 2 weeks ago he hit me up with I miss you and I love you, blah blah blah, and a flight ticket to join him in Ibiza. Oh my god, can you say mixed signals? So stupidly I went and we had a blast, and he was telling me that he wanted me back and wanted to have that baby with me, but back in Paris he is ignoring me again, driving me crazy. Just met him in a club last Saturday. Girl, you really need to stop meeting up with him. That's the only way you're gonna really get over him. You need to block that man's number and stop meeting up with him and stop fucking wagging your tail and running after him every time he calls your name.
And that's on period.
I met him in a club last Sunday and there he was with friends and girls. I was with two girlfriends and started drinking like there was no tomorrow and ended up being a complete mess, shouting at him, making a scene, and making my friends uncomfortable. I'm sitting at home since that and all embarrassed about myself, not having any pride, and being so stupid and needy. I feel that I'm depressed and insanely obsessing about him. I can't manage to move on. What should I do? In addition, what I want to say is that I'm already 30 and time flies, and here I am doing the same bullshit I was doing 10 years ago, starting to feel desperate to have a family and obsessing about my ex who doesn't give a shit about me anymore. I need some advice, and here is a pic of me. You are, hold on, let me see. You are so, oh my god, you know who you look like? Winona Ryder. You look just like her. You are so pretty. You look like 90s Winona. 30 who, bitch? I feel so bad. Hopefully this isn't currently going on because you did send me this a long time ago. I'm really praying and hoping that, you know, you've got a weight lifted off your spirit and you're not emotionally attached to this guy anymore. If under the unfortunate circumstances that you are, or if there's anybody out there that are going through the same thing, I get it, especially when you mentioned the whole 30 thing and trying to start the family. Trust me, I get it. Like, it's in my generation, we get pressured all, well shit, me and you are still in the same generation, girl, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I feel like our generation, using the same analogy, me and you who sent this in, we are rushing each other to have babies very early. So it does feel like a lot of pressure that if you're 30 and you haven't had a kid, you're just undesirable. If you're 30 and you're not engaged, you're undesirable. And I just want you to know that you are still very desirable. You're not the only 30-something-year-old out there that has been through something like this. And even though you're saying you're going through something 10 years younger than you should have went through, fuck that. We're all human. We all make shitty, stupid mistakes and obsess over stupid people. Like, anybody out there, all my advice to you would be surround yourself with friends and family. If I was your friends and we would have walked in that bar and saw him with his friends and all them girls, I would have yoked you up and we would have walked our asses to another bar. Like, surround yourself with homegirls that know, like, this is a touchy subject. The way that you opened up to me and the tribe about you actually admitting you have dependency issues, say that to your friends. Maybe they just don't know to the extent. Like, let them know so they can help you. Surround yourself with friends, family, block him. Do not, if you see him in public, walk the other way, like, to just get him off your mind, you know? Let me know if any of you guys have been in something similar. The reason why I feel like I can't give like 100% advice is because I've never been through that. Like, yeah, I've been through a hard breakup, but I've never been engaged, lived with somebody, plan the rest of my life with them, and then them just dump me. Like, that's a whole new different type of pain, dude. And it's okay to feel bad, and it's okay to cry, you know, but you do have to move on. Give her some advice in the comments below. All right, this next one is called Tribe Tweeting from Sad Bitch Hours. I feel like I've read this already. I've read this one already. I remember specifically reading this. Damn, I had this all planned and I don't know how I forgot. Like, that title sounds so familiar. I've definitely read that already. Oh my God. Okay, this one's not as long, but it's still kind of long. This is hard because I want to fit so many in the pre-recorded, but I have to be realistic. Okay, this one is just called Finding Myself. Hey Naja, I don't want to do the cliche, you're so amazing and I love your videos thing, but I do, and I love how unfiltered and blunt you are with us. Well, thank you, sis. She says, I am writing in for advice. My name is Janice and I'm 16 years old. All my life, I've been sexually attracted to girls, but I've never mentally acknowledged that feeling because of societal standards with my sexuality. In recent years, though, queerness has become more acceptable, so I've taken baby steps and began using terms like bi or pansexual. A few months ago, me and my close friend of 5 months prior to this began to date. So she started dating her friend. This was my first time dating a girl and I literally cried tears of joy because I felt free. When we were together, I didn't feel anxious and shaky like I do when I date boys. She made me so happy, and this was my first time having a relationship outside of school. Abruptly, she broke up with me 3 weeks later. She sent the breakup text and didn't text back at all afterwards. I believe it was because I sent paragraphs upon impulse explaining how I felt and how hurt I was. A month later, it took for me to apologize for her to reach out again. Trying not to overload on unnecessary details, but I'm saying all this to say she made me find a part of myself that I wasn't expecting to discover. Maybe I actually am gay. Being with her made me come to terms with my sexuality. I identify as lesbian as of currently, but I wonder, does the sexual abuse from my past have anything to do with my sexuality? So, okay, she said she did kind of like briefly go into detail about what happened to her, but she wants to know if her abuse from women psychologically made her gay. What is your opinion on this? Honestly, that is a question that scientists have been trying to figure out for a very long time. That's nature versus nurture. When I was younger, I had those same thoughts too. Like, maybe that's why I'm bisexual. But then when I really thought about it, I recall having attraction for women before I was even abused. So, but even then, I still don't identify as a lesbian. Or like certain things where it's like, I know for a fact I liked women before I was attracted to men, but I still never identified as a lesbian, like, because I know that I like men. So it's one of those things where it's like, that's more something you need to ask a therapist, because that's a nature versus nurture element, you know, because there are plenty of girls that were abused by men but are still heterosexual. You get what I'm saying? And don't have thoughts about having sex with women. I don't know what to tell you about that. I'm not very sure. I am glad that you're living in your truth, but I will say, when I was 16, I did talk about being abused in a similar way that you do, as like a nonchalant thing, like, oh, you know, yeah, that happened, so maybe that's why. Like, I would really, really advise for you to actually seek out help now and get somebody to talk to, so that you can actually get a professional's advice on certain things like that, because I guarantee you, when you get around my age, which isn't far from your age, but when you get around my age, shit like that's gonna fucking bother you, and you're really gonna wanna analyze it. So if you haven't told anybody about the abuse, please do. And if anybody out there has ever had anything happen to them and you've never told anybody, please tell somebody. Even if you're grown and it happened a long time ago, just tell somebody, okay? Just tell somebody. Please give her some advice in the comments below. So this one is called, this is the last story. It was called, I was friends with a pedo and he tried to sext me. I wanna know, how the fuck did you end up becoming friends with one? Like, what happened? Hey Naja, my life is pretty boring, but I remember this wild story that happened when I was younger. I am 23 now. This story is 100% real, okay? So when I was around 14 or 15, my mom had left her husband and was raising me and my brother as a single parent. We moved to a neighborhood that had a pool. It was summer, so my mom picked up an extra shift, so I'll be in charge of my 4 years younger brother from sun up to sundown. Damn, girl, that sounds like, or guy, sorry. Sounds like we had a pretty identical life. We're both 23. Sounds like you lived in a sunny environment. You have a younger brother that's 4 years younger than you. Like, we're twinning. We're right here, okay? My mom was cool with me and my brother going to the pool as long as I let her know that we were going. So every day that summer we swam. We eventually got close to the lifeguards, building managers, etc. But we also got cool with this man, and we're gonna name him Carrie, because that's his name, and I don't give a fuck. I know that's right. Carrie was an older guy, maybe late 20s at the time, and he carried himself very flamboyant, I would say. Okay. He was very overweight, had high-pitched voice, and his mannerisms were very extra. He was at the pool almost every day. After a while, me and my god sisters got comfortable with him, and we talked and swam a lot with him. We were together in that same pool when Michael Jackson died. Damn, so you were young, but you weren't like a baby for real. Like, you were young, but you weren't like stupid young. So you were probably around, I don't know. I don't remember how old I was when Michael Jackson died. I just know where I was. I was at a baseball field in Central Park, and I remember the whole park just like looking around and shit. Like, it was really eerie. The lifeguards paid no mind to him at all, so from opening to closing we would talk with him every day. Weird as fuck thinking about it. This led to him meeting our moms and my friends from school. He got so cool with our people, he would even come to my house and have dinner with me, my mom, and my brother. And that's the creepy thing about people like this. It's like they like to get all cool and like, it's just so fucking sick. After a while, me and my friends gave him all of our phone numbers, and that is when stuff gets weird. We would text and talk every day. It was like talking to someone my own age. After a while, he would text me talking about girls, dating, and all types of stuff. One day, he messaged me asking if I thought he was attractive.
Hold up, bitch. Hold the fuck up.
I would have been like, sir, I just learned basic subtraction yesterday. Like, what the fuck? This threw me all the way off. I asked him what he meant, and he got really aggressive and said, do you think I'm attractive, yes or no? Girl, he was not cute, ugly as fuck, and he looked dehydrated with he looked like a dehydrated pinto bean with dreads. Fuck that, you were a baby. But being a kid, I lied to spare his feelings. I told him yes, and he started asking me if I would date him.
We have to call the police. And
all kind of inappropriate stuff to ask a teenager. Yeah, I was gonna say, we had to have been like 12, 13, 14 around that time. I wanna say like 13. I got creeped out and told my friends, and they said he asked them the same thing. He sent me a shirtless pic and asked for pictures. At that moment, I was like, yeah, cut it, let's block him. The summer was almost over, so the pool was gonna be closing anyway. So one day, I was with my mom, and the news came on. Tell me why his picture was front and center on Fox 2 News. Apparently he was sexting some other girl my age, like he was trying to do with me, and her mom read the messages and reported to the police.
You're going to prison.
Girl, we were shook. I know your mom felt like shit. I know she felt like shit. Then he started bombarding me with questions like, did he touch you? Did he send you anything appropriate? Which I told her no. I forgot to mention that he is friends with me on Facebook at this time. So I checked his page, and a whole gang of girls around my age were in his comments like, is this true? Carrie, call me. I was like, yeah, he did that shit. You so messy. You go right on his Facebook wall. Yes, bitch, he did that shit. He's disgusting. It was creepy actually realizing that this man was only cool with teenage girls at his big age. Ew, so there were other teenage girls like writing on his shit like, is this true? Ew. Every girl on his Facebook was underage, bruh. It caused an uproar in my circle for a minute. My godmom said, I could have sworn he was a fruit pouch. Dude out here trying to touch our babies though. So yeah, this is my story. If it's long, sorry if it's longer if you didn't like it. Also, I swam every day. I washed my hair every day, and I still got perms, then went straight to the Africans to get braids, and my hair was fried. I'm natural now with my hair down my back, and I still don't have any edges from that summer. By the way, I'm still friends with him on Facebook, and now he works for the police department.
I'm done.
One eternity later.
She sent me a picture of him. This man about to make me throw up. I don't even want to draw him. He's fucking disgusting. Like, that's it for today's Tribetea, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. That was so fucking nasty. And it just disgusts me that he is plugged in with law enforcement and he's a predator. If I were you, or if I was your mom, I don't know how y'all feel. If he's still up to his shenanigans, I would definitely hit up the police station and let them know that they have a predator amongst them. and to look at his Facebook page where he's playing would you rather games with teenage girls. She sent me one of his Facebook posts as well. Yeah, it's pretty fucking disturbing and pretty fucking gross. But please, if you got time in your day, please go and do that, sis. But I will see you guys later. That was a doozy. Bye. Jesus Christ.